In 1895, an Irish woman named Margaret Noble met a young Indian monk at her friend's house in London. She later wrote about this experience. An extraordinary man, clad in ochre robes, was sitting cross-legged. He wore a red waistband. He chanted some Sanskrit mantras in deep meditation, mesmerizing everyone present. This man was Swami Vivekananda, who was visiting London after his globally acclaimed address on Hinduism at the Chicago Parliament of Religions. Margaret was profoundly influenced by Swami Vivekananda's radiant personality and powerful discourses. She wrote, "Swamiji's persona and knowledge inspired me to dedicate myself to the service of India." After meeting Swami Vivekananda in 1895, Margaret's life underwent a transformational change. His unity of thought, word, and action left a unique impression on her pure mind, prompting her decision to come to India. Immersing herself in Indian culture, spirituality, and society, Margaret became deeply connected to the land and its people. Margaret Elizabeth Noble was born on October 28, 1867 in Ireland. At the age of 10, she lost her father, Samuel. Despite this tragedy, her mother Mary Noble and grandmother ensured that Margaret received a sound education. By 17, the talented Margaret had completed her education at Halifax College. Even while being raised in a Christian environment, she was inspired by the teachings of Sanatan Dharma, Indian culture, and the Vedic way of life, and she remained curious to learn more about Hinduism. Due to financial hardships, Margaret had to start teaching immediately after her studies to support her family. On February 28, 1898, Margaret arrived in Kolkata, where Swami Vivekananda himself welcomed her. Absorbing Swamiji's teachings and with her kind disposition, Margaret quickly became popular among Kolkata's families. On March 25, 1898, she formally embraced the monastic life under Swami Vivekananda and was given the name Nivedita, meaning dedicated. Abandoning Western customs, she devoted herself entirely to Indian culture and became widely known as Sister Nivedita. Sister Nivedita had a deep interest in spirituality. Alongside being a journalist and social worker, she was fundamentally a teacher. She founded a school for girls in Kolkata, encouraging parents to send their daughters despite societal barriers. She instilled qualities like self-reliance, service, talent development, cultural values, and patriotism in the students. Sister Nivedita connected deeply with people, sharing their joys and sorrows, earning their love and respect. Swami Vivekananda taught her about Indian history, philosophy, literature, societal norms, and great personalities. She traveled extensively across India to learn, understand, and adopt its diverse aspects. In May 1898, Margaret accompanied Swami Vivekananda to the Himalayas, where she learned meditation in Almora. Over time, she also traveled with Josephine MacLeod and Sarah Bull to Jammu and Kashmir and other parts of India, gaining an intimate understanding of the country's culture and people. In 1899, when a plague epidemic struck Kolkata, killing hundreds daily, Nivedita dedicated herself to the service of the afflicted. Risking her own life, she tirelessly nursed the sick and gave them hope. Despite falling ill herself, she continued to serve the suffering. Sister Nivedita visited the USA and Europe, countering the false propaganda against Indian culture through her speeches. She presented the true picture of India and its heritage on foreign soil. Her dedication to Indian culture, her efforts in spreading education, and her selfless service during the plague epidemic made her a source of national pride. It was none other than Sister Nivedita who strongly opposed the injustice faced by Indian scientist Dr. Jagadish Chandra Basu in London and ensured the publication of his research works. It is said that Sister Nivedita was the inspiration behind the famous hymn of devotion to India by the national poet Subramanyam Bharati. Sister Nivedita was also associated with Maharishi Arvind's efforts to organize revolutionaries. In her absence, the responsibility of editing Vande Mataram was entrusted to her. Sharda Devi must not have affectionately called her Kuki, meaning little daughter, without reason. Through her contributions to education, social service, concern for India's independence, and efforts to spread ancient Hindu ideals among the educated class, Sister Nivedita authored books in English. She traveled extensively, delivering lectures to promote Hinduism and Vedic literature, thereby fulfilling the hopes and expectations of her Guru, Swami Vivekananda. Sister Nivedita returned to India in 1901, and on July 4, 1902, Swami Vivekananda attained Mahasamadhi. After this, Sister Nivedita fully devoted herself to the freedom movement. She addressed large gatherings across the country, enraging the British who could not suppress her voice. Despite being gravely ill in 1905, she participated in the anti-partition movement, Bengal Partition movement. Around the same time, during the devastating floods in Bengal, Sister Nivedita worked tirelessly to save lives. Owing to her devotion and dedication to India, Sister Nivedita became an ideal for the youth. She passed away on October 13, 1911, in Darjeeling. Her tomb, located in the sacred valleys of the Himalayas, bears the inscription, "Here lies Sister Nivedita, who gave her all to India." After traveling across India with her Guru Swami Vivekananda, Sister Nivedita eventually settled in Kolkata and established a girls' school. Even in her youth, she had earned recognition as a teacher, writer, and journalist, and she fulfilled these roles effectively in India. Sister Nivedita gave a powerful voice to Swami Vivekananda's teachings, the objectives of the Ramakrishna mission, and India's independence and Swadeshi movements. A noble spiritual figure, a dedicated social worker, an intellectual warrior, and a daughter of Bharat Ma, who sacrificed her life for duty. Sister Nivedita deserves heartfelt homage on her sacred memory.